Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
So, as the Senate closed business last night, we did something that I think would make the American people proud. The Senate spoke in one voice, condemning the Chinese Communist Party for brazenly violating American sovereignty with their surveillance balloons earlier this month. Our resolution, bipartisan, championed by Senators Tester and Collins, sends a clear message that China's belligerence, their near endless escalating tactics, and their scornful disregard for American sovereignty is unacceptable. I want to thank Senator Tester above all. He's been the leader in this whole country on this issue, and I appreciate Senator Collins working with him, and I appreciate both of their good work putting this resolution together with strong bipartisan unity. Mr. President, this resolution condemning China is precisely the kind of bipartisanship Americans expect at a time like this. Instead of each party attacking each other, we're united in this resolution in condemning China exactly as we should be. And last night's resolution is just one step. Senator Tester is also taking the lead on a bipartisan effort to get to the bottom of why we didn't learn about these balloons sooner. This is a very important question that the American people deserve answers to, and I'm fully supportive of this effort. Again, this is the kind of bipartisanship the country expects. When China is pushing the boundaries, they don't want Democrats and Republicans pointing fingers at each other. They don't want any premature attacks. They want us to come together to respond to the threats posed by CCP, and that's just what we did last night. Now, yesterday's resolution was not the only way the Senate was focused on standing firm against the CCP. We also yesterday had a briefing from the Department of Defense on our ongoing competition with China. I want to thank the briefing team for their hard and ongoing work. While all the details are classified, I want to make a few points. First, the United States is competing with China at every level, economically, militarily, geopolitically, technologically, in terms of our fundamental values and more. It won't be enough to outcompete China in any single area. We must be ready to compete with them on all of these fronts, because that is what China is trying to do. Second, China's main goal with respect to the U.S. is to displace us. Their main goal with respect to the U.S. is to displace us, displace NATO and Europe, and displace our allies as the world leaders on the military and geopolitical side and in driving the innovations of tomorrow, many of which affect our national security. AI, quantum computing, 5G, and other advanced communications technologies, biomanufacturing, clean tech, and especially the next generation of semiconductors. China wants to be ahead of us on everything, because if they do, they'll be the ones writing the rules of the road on these technologies. An autocracy writing these rules, an autocracy that often uses these technologies to oppress its people and spy on them. That would have dangerous consequences for the world's democratic nations. Changing those rules, with China in the lead, would make the world a safe haven, unfortunately, for autocracy. And finally, the Chinese Communist Party is not constraining itself in pursuit of these goals. They're all in. They'll do whatever it takes to beat us. And if we do not respond in kind, we won't be able to keep up. So yesterday's briefings made a couple of things exceedingly clear for the Senate and, frankly, for the House.